The world fell silent that night. Spotlights gleamed on the faces of two men standing upon a grand stage. But what shone there wasn't a smile. It was something else. A stillness. A depth. A gaze that seemed to pierce through time itself. Applause thundered. Cameras flashed. The hall trembled with excitement. Yet somehow, within all that noise, there was a silence that spoke louder than anything else. A silence that made every heartbeat feel heavy. Yes, the world was truly moved that night. Because when Xiao Zhan accepted his trophy as most popular actor and Wang Yibo was announced as a nominee for the prestigious Golden Rooster Awards, the two of them stood there, not as stars basking in fame, but as souls holding back tears. No wide smiles, no laughter, just trembling hands and eyes that seemed to whisper something deeper. And then came the words that broke the silence. This victory, we dedicate it to someone who should have been here with us. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-Pop World. Tonight, we're not talking about glamour, nor popularity, nor fame. We're diving into a story about friendship, loss, and the kind of love that doesn't fade, even after goodbye. A story that made the entire world bow its head in quiet awe. A story of Xiao Zhan, Wang Yibo, and one name that now lives only in memory, Yu Menglong. The Weibo Night 2025 stage was supposed to be dazzling. Stars arrived in their finest suits, the air filled with laughter and flashes of cameras. But when Xiao Zhan's name was called as the winner, something in the air changed. He stood up slowly, looked around, and before stepping toward the microphone, he paused, as if the weight of that moment pressed against his chest. The crowd cheered, yet his smile was faint, soft, almost fragile. He held the trophy close, and with a trembling voice, he said, "I'm not sure I deserve this alone, because a part of this victory belongs to someone who once believed in me when the world didn't." The hall went silent. You could almost hear people breathing. The name wasn't spoken yet, but everyone who knew their story felt it in their bones. Yu Menglong, a friend, a brother, a fellow dreamer. The one who used to laugh the loudest behind the stage, teasing them, saying, "One day, the three of us will stand up there together." But fate had other plans. Months earlier, tragedy struck the industry. Yu Menglong, the actor with that warm, gentle smile, was gone. So suddenly, so painfully. News of his passing spread like a storm, leaving thousands speechless, heartbroken. Among them, two names who knew him best, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. After his death, both disappeared from the spotlight. Xiao Zhan canceled appearances, interviews. He stayed home, silent, until one night he posted a single line on his page. "Some losses cannot be healed by time, only accepted slowly." Wang Yibo withdrew too. No public events, no interviews, just silence. He threw himself into work, trying to forget, but grief has a way of lingering in every shadow. Because Yu Menglong wasn't just a friend. He was the heartbeat that once kept them going when everything else fell apart. And then came the night of the Golden Rooster Awards. The camera caught Wang Yibo sitting quietly among the nominees, his gaze distant, as if searching the ceiling for a star only he could see. When the results were announced, he clapped for the winner, smiling faintly. But right after that, his lips moved, whispering words that no microphone could capture. "For you, Long Long, I hope you can see us now." That moment broke everyone's heart. The clip went viral within hours. The hashtag for Yu Menglong shot to the top of Weibo trends. Fans wrote messages filled with tears and love. They finally made the dream you three once shared come true. This isn't just about trophies, it's about eternal friendship. Backstage, away from the cameras, the air was quieter. Xiao Zhan sat in a corner, holding his trophy tightly. Wang Yibo walked over and sat beside him. Neither said a word. Between them lay two trophies, one won, one nominated, but both shining with the same bittersweet light. After a long silence, Xiao Zhan whispered, "If he were here, he'd be laughing at us right now." Wang Yibo smiled faintly, his eyes glistening. "Yeah, and saying we finally did it, just like he promised." And for a moment, they laughed. Not in joy, but in memory. The kind of laughter that trembles, breaks, and fades into silence again. The next day, headlines flooded the internet. 2 stars dedicate their awards to late friend Yu Menglong. But for them, it wasn't about news or sympathy. It was about a promise. A promise made years ago when 3 young men chased the same dream together. In one interview, Xiao Zhan said softly, "A victory doesn't mean much if I can't share it with the one who began this journey with me." For me, this trophy isn't an ending, it's a reminder that he's still part of every step I take. And Wang Yibo added, "We never truly lose the people we love. They just move from beside us to within us." Simple words, but the weight of grief and love behind them made the world weep. Now, every time they walk onto a stage, there's a small, invisible space between them. A space meant for the one who's no longer there. The third spot in the dream they once shared. Fans notice it when Xiao Zhan looks up to the sky before performing. When Wang Yibo lowers his head for a second before he smiles. That's their silent message. Their way of saying, "We remember." They don't need to say his name anymore. Because every breath, every performance, every triumph already whispers it. Yu Menglong, and maybe somewhere beyond the stars. He's smiling, watching the 2 of them now standing on the stage they once dreamed of together. The dream has come true, even if the trio is no longer complete. Because true friendship doesn't end when someone leaves. It lingers. It breathes in memories, in tears, in laughter shared across time. And that night, that unforgettable night, the world saw something far more powerful than fame or trophies. It saw love that endures beyond loss. The lights dimmed, the applause faded, but the story, the bond, the promise, will live on in silence and in every heart that witnessed it. Because the greatest victories aren't about who holds the trophy, but about who we carry in our hearts when we rise to hold it. So yes, that night wasn't just an award ceremony. It was a tribute, a memory, a quiet reminder that even when one star fades, its light still guides the others home. So what do you think, drama lovers? Stay tuned for more stories, only on K-Pop World.